Hello and welcome. After learning about calculated fields, I would like us to turn back and learn about advanced filtering methods. There are different types of filters that are applicable, and I would like us to go through all these types step by step and one by one. Tableau has 5 distinct types of filters that include extract filter, data source filters, context filter, filters on dimension, and filters on measure. Additionally, we also have filter on dashboards, which is applied while creating dashboards. We'll start by learning about data source filtering, and let's look at our data. We are using the Superstore dataset. We have the 3 main tables. We have the order, people, and returns. We can add filters by clicking on add. Under this, we'll also click again on add, and we want to add specific filters. Let's go to categories, and you can see we are back to the filter window. Under this, we can select specific categories that we want to work with. Let's work with technology. We can also select all, but let's work with technology at this point. And say, okay, we can apply these. Let's go back to our data. You'll notice that there are some changes. Let's create a new sheet and work with the categories. Let's see the available categories. We only have a single category in our data. All other categories have been filtered out, and we can include the cells of this category. We can always edit the filter. We have the category and remove this filter, and we say okay. And if we go back, let's go back, we now have all the 4 categories, and we can see the cells for each of these categories. Yeah, there we go. We have the cells. That's how we filter based on the data sources. We'll move forward to learning how to filter dimensions. Dimension, we said, are not numeric in nature. Something I forgot to mention is that we have 2 distinct colors in Tableau. You'll notice that the categorical fields, that the dimensions are blue, the measures are green in color. Even when you move the cursor over them, the color turns to blue for the dimension and green for the measures. Now we want to filter based on dimensions. I believe we had covered this, but I would like us to cover it again in more details. Let's create a simple chart with the profits. Let's have the profit and let's have the categories. Instead of the categories, we'll have the subcategories. There you go. We have the bar chart. Let's assort these, and you'll notice that some of them have negative values. Let's remove this. We can always hide that because we don't need it. We can also fit this to with. We can remove the headers, but let's now have the headers. Okay, that's our chart. We want to apply dimension filtering. Dimension filtering means that we want to filter based on these. There are several ways to add this filter. We can just drag this and drop. There we have our subcategories, and we can select specific that we want and the one we don't want, and then we apply that. You'll notice that some of them have disappeared, because we have filtered them out. We can always edit this filter, add or remove some of the subcategories. Let's now remove the filter, and we have all the subcategories. The other way to add the filters is to click on this, and we say we want to filter. Sorry about that. We want to filter this. This is the one we want to filter. We want to filter that, and we come back to this. We can also filter based on specific number. Maybe we want the top 10s. We can apply this filter based on the profit. We can use the average. We can use any of these aggregate functions. Let's work with the average, apply the filters, and there you go. These are the top 10 based on average profit. We can also filter using the select, and we say we want to keep that only. This is as we had looked previously. We can also remove that and use the other method of excluding. Maybe we want to exclude this. We click on exclude. There you go. We have removed the ones we don't require. In that case, that's how we use filters on dimensions. Let's move forward and learn about filter. Adding filters for measure. We can add filters for this, but it looks a little bit different. Let's add filter. We can click on that. We can also, you're working with the profit, we can just drag and drop the profit. And in this case, we have the sum. We select the sum and click on next. That's the second way, or we can just add filter here and say we want to have a range between these and these. Or since we have -10, maybe we want to have those with the range between 1,000 and let's say 30,000. And we can apply this. And there you go. In this case, let's show the filter. You'll notice that we have the filter here. We can slide on this, and we can increase the numbers and reduce the numbers based on our specific needs. We can actually have them as much as we want. And this filter is based on a range. If we go to edit the filter, you'll notice that we have a range of values. However, in some cases, we may want to have at least, that is at least specific number. Let's say we want 1,000. The minimum to be at least that, and you'll notice now we can only slide in one direction. After that, we want to change the list amount we are working with. We can edit this further to have at most. In this case now, when we apply this, you'll notice that we can only slide this upwards, that is from above downwards. Then we can further edit this and have a special. We can show all null values, nulls values. Notice that we can also change how it is represented or how we filter this. We can change here, and we can also edit the title, and we can remove the filter. We can select where this filter is applicable to, and that's it. Let's compare this with the other one we were working with. Let's move. We'll create a new field. We have that, and we have the subcategories. We also have colors, and we want to filter to sort this and make it fit. Now let's add some filter here, and let's apply that. Okay, let's remove these and show the filters. Show the filters. Now notice now we can also change how we select, that is the control we have on the filter. We can select on specific entries. We want to see specific entries, that is when we have a single value list, we can have a drop down. We want to select one of these drop down allows us to select only a single one. Then we also have a single value slider. We can always select one value in each of these cases. Also, now we have multiple value lists. This is the normal one, actually the one we were using. We can select any of these, and there we go. Then we have multiple value drop down. We can select multiple values, but then it's a drop down. In some cases, we may want custom. This is where we'll type and select specific. We can clear the list and maybe say we want paper. Let's search that. We have paper, we select that. Then we also have binders. Let's search that. We have binders and select that. That's how it works. Then we have the wildcard. This is specific to, let's say, we want those with, let's say, book. Yeah, we have the bookcases. That's how the wildcard works. That is for controlling the measures and dimension filters. You'll notice this is a little bit different. We only have slider for the range, slider for the list, and the most. Those are only available for dimension. For measures, then we have the other for dimension. We have several of them. And let's work with the default multiple list. There you go. We can always hide these when we don't require them. We'll cover dashboard filters when we create new dashboards. That's it for filters. Let's move forward to the next lesson where we cover parameters.